Assalamu alaikum. We are in the third part of our today's subject is والبعث بعد الموت. Ba'as بعد الموت is resurrections in life after death. And the continuation of life is for permanent for the hereafter, and the third word of the Allah's promise, akhirat. In the way of the how the process going, the person is dying, like I said, the Malakul Maut, these two archangel. I mean, when I'm talking about saying archangel, means these are angels, al-Farishta, but they are under the supervision of the Israel, which is we know about the four angels, the top, Jibreel, Mikael, Israfil, and Israel. Each one has a lot of people, another malaks work with them, and they are calling archangels. But these are also with us, with the life with everybody. Akram al-Katibin is archangel, Farishta, malak, and they also about Malakul time with Malakul Maut, and they are different. The time will reach, they come and then take out the soul, and they also did transfer it to the Ankar Nakir. There is another two archangel too, and the soul go with them, and this also they answering questions about the entirely about the declaration of faith. The Ankar Nakir job is to ask the declaration of faith that I'm talking about always for last 7 weeks almost, because it is very important. It is essential for all Muslims, for all believers, to remember it, to understand fully. They ask the Ankar Nakir, who was your Allah, who was your book, who was prophet, who was this? All of them is in the detailed declaration of faith. آمنت بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم الآخر والقدر خيره وشره من الله تعالى والبعث بعد الموت. And then each one, and through to the jurisprudence, knowledge of science, I explain to you one by one. And then it is very important that is we are facing after life to the grave to the barzakh to the to the side, good side or bad side, and depends of our deed. And after that, then Allah will start the judgment, and they take them to the court, each one. So they are how they are qualified for nar or for graves, for the for a paradise, for Jannah. However, the enjoyment for the martyr is high, because he always he receive all kind of food, fruit, life, and at the same time, when the time is finished, and then he will be asleep. But other people with a good deed, always he has this, does not receive any food, anything, but he will be asleep until the Qiyamatul Kubra. That's all about this. When Allah mentioned it, وَجَاءَ سَكَرَةُ الْمَوْتِ بِالْحَقِّ ذَلِكَ مَا كُنْتُ مِنْهُ تَحِيدٌ. That is inedible. No one to be off from it. And no matter how much a person try to escape, nobody can escape from it. And also, the one I mentioned, someone is a crime, when he received the death on the grave, and that's the two archangel, which is Ankar Nakir, they are questioning. And at that time, they gave him, the one has, of course, when they see already his file has so much terrible things in it, and according to their files, and they push him, they gave him, torture him. And then that time, the person crying and saying, well, let me to go back again, to give me chance, please give me chance, such. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that for that moment Allah gives one verse of Quran, in verse 99 and 100 in chapter 23, Allah mentioned it, saying, حتى إذا جاء أحدهم الموت قال ربي ارجعون لعلي أعمل صالحا فيما تركت كلا إنها كلمته وقائلها ومن ورائهم برزخ إلى يوم يبعثون. A person come under pressures of hard time, say, my Rabb, send me back to life that I may do good in that which I have left in the lifetime. So a questioner and Karnakir say to him or her, never, never. This is just merely a word that you speak. Your way is towards to barzakh, into trench site, up to day of Qiyamah. Of course, the most frequently quoted over in Quran about death is just like كل نفس ذائقة الموت وإنما توفون أجوركم يوم القيامة فمن زحزح عن النار وادخل الجنة فقد فاز وما الحياة الدنيا إلا متاع الغرور. So this is about the Ba'ath Ba'd al-Maut entirely. In this life we totally agree that Almighty God commanded that his nothing to be left in this dunya. Everybody go, that is إن الآخرة هي دار القرار. That's only the places to be there for permanent. Because Allah mentioned it, كل من عليها فان. Nobody be there except Almighty God. The countenance of your Rabb, Master of glory and honor. Who is He? Allah. If we look to Allah's creation, not only human being, but every plant, trees, vegetal, all grows from the small seed and then become big, and after all, what happened? Die again. So like for example at trees, you can see it for a small seed become 2 leaves and then 4 and then become trunk and then bushes and then leaves a lot. And even though after looks like 200-300 years will stay, because all most of the time the trees their life is much more longer than the human being. But anyway, still after 300 or more or less, they will dry, drop back again, become a soil. And same thing, the human being is the same thing. There is no any difference between the coming and going, same thing. So the human being is just like starting with the embryo of the inside the rahim of the mother, and become this the babies, and then receive the soul until the 25 weeks, and he become another woman or man later on, baby and children and child and adults and old. But before that, some of them is die, some of them is not die, but for a long time. But anyway, it still has to go from this life. And the most things is, again, why I am talking all about it, to understand the declaration of your faith, your Islamic faith is آمنت بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله. And this is واليوم الآخر والقدر خير وشر من الله تعالى والبعث بعد الموت. If it's someone is forgetting that one, it is tough for him that he can go to right place. He cannot be sleep. He cannot be calm. He cannot be warm after death. So he will be, like I said, with all kind of bad creatures, bad look creatures like scorpion, snakes, and such. That you don't like it at this time, at that, till you're alive, you have power right now. You can kill, you can do. But at that time, you are, just mature, nothing to say, but all of them has attacked you. May Allah save us for all these kind of problem after death. Allah gave us a chance to at least to sleep until the Yawm al-Qiyamah, because, by the way, it is a fact is coming. It is the Qiyamah is the one of promise of Allah. Many times Allah mentions the Yawm al-Akhir in Qiyamah, in the life, permanent life. It is fact, it is right, there's no doubt about it, but we have to be prepared. We have to be, for the test. For the test, you have to be passed. If you are doing wrong, and then you lost, you even in this life or hereafter. So why a human being, Allah, recommend for all that He said we like either all you human being, for the reason they have listen, they have a mind, they have a ear to know what to do. They have perception to decide. It is the time you have to decide to do right or wrong. You know right, you know wrong, always in your mind telling you, your conscience telling you. But only the things you forgot, you're forgetting the dying, you're forgetting the Ankar Nakir, you're forgetting to the way towards to the Barzakh and to the Qiyamah. That process is important, you're forgetting. We forgot all everybody's. But come back again, think about it. May Allah bless all of you and pray for me. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.